Hello, dear friends. The golden issue is still topical. Opinion piece: gold versus dollar. Geopolitical uncertainty. Countries are returning to gold. It is moving from west to east. The future of money is in gold. Gold deflates an inflated economy. South Africa faces a serious crisis. Zimbabwe's problems with its golden currency. Disturbance in the Earth's magnetic field. Let's start. There has been a significant increase in demand for gold in the world market. If previously the precious metal was exported mainly to Western countries, now it is increasingly sent in the opposite direction, to the East. In the first 2 months of 2024, China imported 367 metric tons of gold for non-monetary use. This is 51% more than in the same period in 2023. At the same time, the Chinese central bank is selling treasury bonds. Previously, the gold market was dominated by the West, which bought this precious metal and set its price. But the situation has changed. The BRICS countries dominate the global precious metals market, and hundreds of tons of gold move from the west to the east. The BRICS have a total population of 3.5 billion inhabitants and represent a third of the world economy. Furthermore, these countries have expressed their desire to stop depending on the dollar and are slowly moving down the path of de-dollarization. What would happen if the BRICS countries and their like-minded countries abandoned the use of the dollar? Experts believe that this would cause a currency crisis and begin hyperinflation and, at the same time, a drop in the standard of living of Westerns until they adapt to the new monetary system. Analysts at the Swiss bank UBS announced a new increase in the price of gold in 2024 in a context of high demand, geopolitical uncertainty, and signs of weakening of the Western economy. According to his forecasts, by the end of this year, the price of gold would reach $2,600 per ounce, an increase to $2,200 per ounce was previously expected. UBS identifies the demand for central banks this year as one of the main factors in the increase in prices of the precious metals, the estimate of which has increased to 1,000 tons. The main buyer of gold among the world's central banks is the Central Bank of the People's Republic of China, QFS. Gold deflates a bloated economy, says Goldilocks. The shift from a bull market in stocks has shifted to a bull market in gold. To make matters worse, the global economy is moving towards virtual assets that are called tokenized assets. Each asset contains gold to back its value. Everything listed in the new QFS is related to gold or backed by a precious metal. These new digital protocols will be the mechanism through which money will move in the future. The future of the money is in gold. Everything the world touches in the future will be thanks to a metallic asset that allows it to do so. Once our assets move towards regulation and become law, the ability to move our gold-backed tokenized assets as a Tier 1 asset will drive the banking system and markets into correlated price patterns. This will allow us to move forward with the new economy. Africa. Gold seems like a magic palette for a broken economy, but Zimbabwe is suffering from deflation with the introduction of its gold-backed SIG currency, even though it has gained 1.9% against the dollar since its launch. Zimbabwe's new gold-backed currency is blighted by trust issues. Economists say fixing broken trust will stabilize the economy, not a new currency. The Southern African country has attempted to introduce a new currency 6 times in the last 15 years to replace the Zimbabwe dollar. Each attempt has failed, resulting in huge saving losses for depositors. In 2009, the Zimbabwe government legalized the use of several foreign currencies in everyday commerce, including the dollar and the pound. The administration made the decision in an attempt to control brutal inflation at the same time. Since then, Zimbabweans have been trapped in a vicious cycle in which a surrogate local currency is used to absorb their dollar deposits before being dismantled and replaced with a new currency. Joe Bloggs analyzes South Africa as the largest and most developed economy in Africa, but which is facing a serious crisis. The outdated and faulty electricity system has caused daily blackouts, while roads, railways, and ports or harbors are deteriorating due to lack of investment. The unemployment rate is the highest in the world, and crime and corruption are rife. Reset News. Trump declares that he will not create a central bank digital currency. A Simpsons cartoon predicted that the world would be left without the internet. A countdown to freedom for the people of the world has begun. More than 2 billion people around the world are part of the Great Awakening. The truth will set you free, except on Facebook, where you will get a 30-day ban. The exposure of globalist agendas hinders their attempts to regain power. Governments are fighting for the remnants of their sovereignty, while once powerful global institutions have fallen into irrelevance. Prepare for an avalanche of information that will reveal shocking things. Please stay tuned as these unprecedented events continue to unfold. What was once 200,000 sealed indictments are reaching 500,000. How does a Jedi transform into a Sith? The hatred, anger, and greed of those falling into darkness can transform their ability into a dangerous dimension of power. A disturbance of the Earth's magnetic field began after a strong ejection of coronal mass from the Sun. According to scientists, a magnetic storm that can reach the strong G3 level is expected from May 31st to June 1st. 8 powerful flares occurred on the Sun on May 29th, one of which belongs to the higher Class X. A Class X outbreak was also reported on May 27th. Economy. X22 report. Countries are returning to gold and the shot has been heard in the world. According to Gregory Mannarino, the world economy is experiencing a rapid collapse, while society is going through a process of deconstruction. Citigroup made a shocking announcement about the imminent threat of an economic collapse. This warning has led governments, corporations, and individuals to prepare. Lena Petrova reveals that the economic growth of China and India exceeds all expectations, leading to strengthening bilateral relations. David Hay discusses the danger of an economic soft landing, rising corporate and private debt, the unpredictability of inflation, and the strategic role of commodities such as copper and oil in navigating market volatility. Volatility. Russia. The BRICS, the BRICS International Economic and Financial Forum is scheduled to begin on Monday in Moscow, where a resolution of new means of payments, settlement, and issuance between member countries will be approved. According to Jim Richards, Russia has the ability to retaliate against Western countries by freezing the Western clearance system. If Western countries seize Russian assets, Russia could sue Euroclear, Europe's largest clearing, settlement, and custody organization, to recover damages. Additionally, Richard says we may need to return to the gold standard to restore confidence in the dollar. Europe. Europe is preparing for war with Russia, says Hungarian Prime Minister. Germany allows Ukraine to use its weapons on Russian territory. Inflation in the Eurozone rises to 2.6% in May on the eve of the possible rate cut. Earlier this month, the Financial Times reported that Europe is aging rapidly and that European employers are beginning to look for workers from outside Europe to help fill the gap. USA. Biden authorizes Ukraine to use US weapons in Russia, but only to defend Kharkov. The Houthis launched a barrage of ballistic missiles against the aircraft carrier Eisenhower in the Red Sea. Trump confirms that he will appeal the guilty verdict in New York. Trump avoids talking about prison in his first press conference after his trial and paints the country on fire. Donations to Trump break records hours after being found guilty. Trump media shares plummet after conviction. Republican senators say they will block Democratic bills because of Trump's conviction. Spain. Spain rules out authorizing the use of its weapons donated to Ukraine against Russia. Israel threatens Spain with closing its consulate in Jerusalem if it serves Palestinians. Consumption fines for low-cost airlines with $150 million for charging for hand luggage. Americas. The UK dismisses its ambassador in Mexico for pointing a rifle. Chilean state mining company closes agreement with private companies to exploit lithium in the north. Luis Arce denounces a soft coup to control lithium and rare earths in Bolivia. El Salvador foiled the plot to plant bombs at Bukele's inauguration. Venezuela destroys 2 landing strips built by Colombian drug traffickers. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.